I'm going to introduce you to our new library catalog. In the past, we've used L4U, and this year we're using Follett Destiny. So to get to our catalog, so you can search our library collection, you're going to hover over Academics and then scroll down to Library. Once on the library page, click on the library catalog icon. This is Follett Destiny. Now, it's named Quest here, and Quest identifies this interface. It's very visual. On the left-hand side, the top 10 books are listed, and this will be by circulation because we have not been using Quest yet this year. They're not books listed here, but there will be. In the middle, resource lists. We think you're going to really like this feature. You can create private and public resource lists. The public resource lists will be listed here, and students will be able to access them easily. And then to the right, new arrivals to our collection. Like Google, you have a basic search box in the top center, and you could search for a book. So if I search for a title, let's click on this one. I can see the cover. I can see there's one of one available. And I could click on Shelf Browse, and I could see books around it. In our fiction collection, we organize our books by the author's last name. So this is going to be most helpful when you're searching for nonfiction, since books about similar subjects are next to each other in the nonfiction collection, so you'll be able to look at the books around a book, which will be a nice feature to have. So let's close out of this. And if I go to advanced search, I could search using this screen, and I could narrow my search in these ways. And I'm going to close out of this. And now I'm going to log in. I'm going to log in as Nico. And you'll see that this box on the right-hand side changes from my list to my personal list. So if I did that same search, I could easily drag this in to my personal list. I can also hold it. So if I click hold it, this means that this book will be held by the library team and available to be picked up by the date listed. One thing I'd like to point out is the exit button, which is to the right of the logout button at the top. If I click on that, this takes me out of Destiny Quest, and you can tell because it's no more that very visual interface. It's a much more academic interface, and at the top on the left-hand side, you can see library search. If I click on that, I have a new search screen. This is the same, this is going to search the same collection, it's just a different interface. So if you prefer this look and feel, when you log in, when you're in Quest, just click on exit and it will take you here. You have the basic search here, and you have the advanced search under power. So it just is your preference, whichever look and feel you like better. But I just want to show you resource lists. Resource lists is where you can create resource lists. So you would have to go to this interface to create resource lists. So if you click on resource lists, you see your personal list. I'm going to add a list. So if I want to add a list, I click on add a list on the right hand side. Let's say I have a unit I'm doing with students and it's an ocean unit. I want to make this list public. Check that if you want to make a list public. It will be seen by the Moreau community, anyone who goes to our catalog homepage. And then I'm going to save. Then when I go to library search, and I'm going to go back to basic, I could search for a particular book. And I want to add this to the ocean unit list. It's currently selected, but I could choose whichever list I wanted to add it to. and then I could add it to this list. And it's now in this list. One thing I want to point out, if I was doing a general search, let's just say on ocean, and doing a keyword search for ocean, I can see that there are 43 titles, but I'm only seeing one of 25 on this first page. I could add all of these books to my ocean unit list. However, if I want to add all 43, I need to click Show All right here. And then I would add to page. If I were to add page right now, it would only add the 25. So it's much easier if you do Show All. Then I see all of them. In this case, all 43. And then I can click Add Page. And then if I go back to my resource lists and I click on Ocean Unit, I should see 44 because remember I added one book and then I just added those 43. And then if I go to Destiny Quest, which is that visual interface, I can see that Ocean Unit is now there and it's public. So students would be able to come here to see the items I have added to a particular list that I've made, and I've made public as well. You can add items to a resource list from this interface. So let's say I'm looking for a book to add to the ocean unit. This is the book I want to add. The issue that you'll find though is that the default list that comes up in this interface is the last one you were looking at when in the academic interface. So there's not a way to, let's say you wanted to add this book to your personal list, I couldn't switch it out to personal unless I went to exit and then looked at personal list. When I would come back to Destiny Quest, it would be changed to personal. So that's just something to remember. If you want to add to a list from this interface, you just need to make sure that you have clicked on the correct resource list in that academic interface, and it will just show up here. But it's, as you've seen, fairly easy to go into this interface, search for a book, and then add it to the resource list. We think you're really going to like this software. Stop by the library and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.